Just want to close your eyes for a few moments and just imagine your body suspended from the sky with every bone stacked upon the other. If you can imagine a skeleton when they pull it from the head, how everything just falls naturally and relax. So you want to think chin level, ear over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and then just intersect right down through the ankle with the pelvis relaxed. Now, in doing these movements, you don't want to over tuck, but what you do want to have is just a gentle contraction in your abs, supporting your back, which allows your hips just to relax gently and open up those hip flexors a little bit. Same thing with the shoulders. You just want to squeeze slightly in your shoulder blades, but make it comfortable so that your chest is nice and open. Once you find that position, take a breath up and then exhale and sink that energy. So we're going to do a variety of these just to help us begin to take in a good cleansing breath and to slow our minds and bodies down to focus on the task at hand, and that is moving, loosening, healing, strengthening our body, mind, and spirit through movement, through purposely placing our body in space in the most efficient way possible to get the best benefit from the movement. Breath up. Then as you sink, exhale and just feel your body sinking into the earth. Spread your toes out, whether you're barefoot or in shoes, and just feel the groundedness. Good. Just a nice press, very gentle warm up. Just feel the energy around you. And also feel the energy from one another. Even though we're in our own homes, we do create energy from each other by just being together. Last breath this way. Now, as you sink it, let's gather it all up with the palms up, right about your chest. Turn those palms out, reach. And then as the arms go back, slightly pull them back so that you're really stretching your chest. Breath up. And exhale. This is a QiGong move called separating heaven and earth. Sorry, supporting heaven like a pillar. I don't know why I said that. That's the other one. This is supporting heaven like a pillar. Breath up and push out. Good. Nice, easy lift. When you exhale and those shoulders are open, you get the best benefit from the stretch. Good. Couple more. Very good. Again. Very good. Now bring your right arm up as if you were holding that chi ball of energy, shoulders relaxed. And now just reverse. So keeping the elbows close by your side. And you're just kind of opening that chi energy right over your dantian or your belly button. And just feeling the breath and the squeeze and release of energy. Now extend it out, turn your palms away, push up and reverse it big. And that is separating heaven and earth. Good. Push and squeeze. Right now we haven't done much with the feet yet. We're just sort of getting our chest open, taking in good healing oxygen. Squeeze. Good. Very good. Now hold with your energy right. And I just want you to turn the toe slightly to the right into a little bow step. And we're just shifting the weight back and forth from side to side. Now you don't want the knee to go out too far over the toe. So if you want to open your bow step, you've got your body turning to the right. Now, as you shift, notice my shoulders are staying over my hips, which are staying between the legs. Good. Now shift back to the left. Bring that left arm up. Now as we shift right, let's part the wild horse's mane, or a ward off that it's sometimes called. Come back, arm up, and just shift. So what I want you to do for a moment is just a couple of ward offs or parting wild horse's mane to the right. Notice the right arm comes down, left arm comes up. Good. Also notice the rotation in my body. So when I go to the left, I'm rotating left. This is beginning to get the spiral, the core warmed up, the rotation in your hips beginning to warm up your back, your abs. Good. Just a nice turn. I'm lifting my right toes up, but that's just a little extra that I'm doing. You can keep your foot on the floor, but I kind of feel like I can rotate a little bit better in my trunk if I lift the toes and come back on my heel. Couple more. Breath in. Exhale. Breath in. Exhale. Good. 2 more. Very good. Bring that right arm back on top. Close. Shifting to the right. Turn the left toes out. And then just do a little shift side to side. Good. Warming up. Remember your knee goes in the direction of your second and middle toe. So as you're shifting, you're keeping your knees going in the same direction as your toes. And that's important to support and for the health of your knees. Good. And shifting back to the right, let's part the horse's mane, ward off, and then come back. And again, come up, and again, and just bring it up and around. Good. A little rotation in your trunk. Very good. Breath in and exhale. Breath in, exhale. Good. Don't forget a nice spiral. Get that waist warmed up. Two more. Very good. Come back to the center. And let's come and shake our legs and our arms. Just a nice loosening up. Lean over a little bit. Just to kind of shake and wake everything up so that we can do our Tai Chi tap. So start with your right arm. Palm down, palm up. And just tap up and down across that shoulder. You can do it in a chopping movement, or you can do it as a slap. Just wake up. That blood flow, those nerve endings awake at the surface of the skin. Now the chest, opening that chest, waking that thymus gland up, trying to retain our youthfulness. Go down the other side. Palm and then the back of your hand. And just up and down. Good job. Up and down. Good. Back to the chest. And let's go down to the abdomen. Massaging those internal organs, waking them up, getting blood flow. And around to your lower back and your kidneys. All right, let's work it across the hip and chopping down on the inner thigh and then up on the outer thigh. Come across the hip and up the outside. Inner thigh. Very good. Now the tops of your thighs and the top of your feet. Don't forget them. The back of your knees, your hamstrings. Come across your hip. Down the front again. Very good. One more time. Oh, good. Shake it out. Let's come to the back of our neck and just take the fingertips right along your scalp, bringing blood flow to the hair follicles, to the scalp. Good. To your skull and your brain. Fingertips across the forehead. Easing up some tension. If you ever find yourself getting a headache, this is maybe a good way to see if you can get that headache to dissipate. Underneath the eyes, the sinuses, great for a sinus headache or congestion. Bring in blood flow there to open up those sinus passages. And back to your ear, your jaw. We hold tension in our jaw. And let's go underneath the nose and the chin. Good. Back to the jaw. All right. Just lower your arms for a second. Close your eyes and take a mental inventory of how tingly, how awake you feel. More so than you did maybe 10 minutes ago when we started. Very good. Eyes open. Another breath up. Good. Sink that energy. Open your legs a bit. Turn your toes out a bit. And let's just do a shifting wax on and wax off. So right now, my toes are slightly turned out. And I'm just beginning to rotate in my spine using my hips to really, really squeeze my internal organs and work on that core. Your arms, yep, they are moving because your hips are moving, not that you're moving the arms and the rest of your body is moving. So sometimes if you can visualize that it's my hips, see if I didn't have my arms, it would be my hips moving and my arms are just following along. Wax on, wax off, or imagine you were painting a wall. And just a nice, gentle shift side to side. Now let's turn to the right. Go into your bow step. Let's pull the energy and push it away. So an ebb and flow of waves pushing away and then pulling that energy back. Wonderful way to stretch the chest, strengthen the back, and just to feel a very fluid energy flow. Out and in. Good. Good big breath and push away. Good. Let's do two more. Now we got the weight forward in the right leg. Bring those arms forward. Closing the right. Shift your weight right. Open the left. Shift. Now let's pull that energy back and push away. Good. Press and push. Just a nice flow. Good. Chest open. Breath in and out. Good. Should just feel nice to be moving today. Get the body awake, warmed up, energy flowing. Couple more. Good. And back to center. Bring the left arm up on and the right down with your chi ball. Shifting left. Turn the toe out and let's do our ward off again. Now come back to the center, close, and shift to the other side. So it's similar to what we did earlier, but then just shifting side to side instead of just one side. So we can get the flow here so that we can lead into our grasping the bird by the tail. Close. Good. Breath, exhale. Very good. Now this time, let's go to the right. Hold there, shifting your weight. Bring that left arm up. Hold your little bird's nest. As you shift back to the left, bring it down, up by your ear. Then turn palm to palm, wrist to wrist, spreading the fingers like a bird getting ready to fly away with its wings. And then palm over palm, release and push that energy away. Very good. Now come center, right arm. Shift right. Let's do it the other side. Over. Bring those arms up. Shift back and around. Wrist to wrist. Bring it back and over. And push away. Very good. Back to the center. Let's do it again. To the right. Arm up. Hold your bird's nest as you rotate your body. Wrist to wrist. Release. And push away. Come center. And shift. Bird's nest. Right around. And push. Beautiful move. One of my favorites, actually. All right, let's do the last couple of times without me talking. Just feel the flow. And come back to the center. And then let's just swing side to side, nice and easy, just shifting the weight from leg to leg, and arms come up and out. Getting ready for our bow and arrow sequence, working a little bit more on balance and stability. Okay, this time as we come to the left, you're going to pull back in your bow and arrow, shifting the weight in the other direction. Now my toes are slightly turned out, rather when I turn, kind of turning the supporting leg forward like the bow step. But you do whatever is best for you that helps you with your balance. So pull, very good. And imagine you're just bringing your bow back, getting ready for that shot. Good. Balance. And when you're starting to work in this balance sequence, one thing to remember is pull your abs in, kind of imagining you were supporting your back by pulling your belly button in. And then make sure that the knees are soft so that you have more stability and you feel better grounded. And you're not just using your legs to balance, you're using your whole core. Now shifting here, this time come to a T-step, release, shift and come to a T-step. So we do a number of these just to practice the balance, abs tight. Good. Just a gentle shift. Good. This will be the last one with the T-step. And then now let's go to a knee. So if you feel grounded, pull that knee up. And again, you've got your chair there to help you. Just practice a few times. And you may find one side you feel more stable on than the other. I know that's the case with me due to my knees. But we keep working on improving and practicing to make ourselves stronger. All right, this time let's try to hold that knee just a little bit. So get into your position, bring your T-step in, and then balance as best you can. The other side, remember you have your chair there if you need that chair. Good. Practice this a few times. Good. Abs tight. Sometimes it also helps to focus your eyes in the direction that you're in, out at a level sight plane, because if you look down and you look forward, you turn your head, it'll throw your balance off. All right, let's try it with the kick. So just come in and just an easy kick and down. Good. Very good. Good job. Excellent. Now let's try, see how, if you feel comfortable enough holding that kick. So knee up, find a place, doesn't have to be high. Good, and come in. Good job. Other side, support, abs tight. Let's try once again. Like I mentioned earlier, you may have one knee that, or one leg that gets better balance than the other. And that's how most of us are. Very good. Come back to the center. Shake that out. Good job. Breath up. Sink that energy. Now let's gather it up. Supporting heaven like a pillar. And out. Very good. Chest open, palms forward. I want you to imagine you're squeezing those shoulder blades back. Chin level. Turn to the right. And stretch. Stretch. Now take a breath. Just round slightly. Then exhale. Come up. Stretch. Good. This is a wise owl turns her head. Round breath. And up. Very good. And release. And stretch, pulling those shoulder blades back, turning your neck. Great way to wake up your neck and shoulders. Very good. Now this time, come center. Slide your hands to the top of your thighs and round your back slightly. So right now my weight is intersecting right over the arches of my feet. Just a nice rounding of the back, not too deep right now. Then curl up, release the arms, breath up, sink, soften the knees, hands to your thighs and just round a bit more. So you want to tuck your pelvis under just a bit so you get a nice good stretch in your lower back. Breath. And curl. Arms up, breath. And sink again. Curl a little bit further. Now this time we're going to straighten our knees and think of flattening our back like a tabletop parallel to the floor. So straighten the knees, don't lock them back. Still have a soft joint. Hands on your thighs, not your knees. Let your body be flat like a tabletop. So now my weight is a little bit more over the balls of the feet and the arches of the feet. And you should feel more of a stretch in the back of your legs across your hips and less in your back. Okay? So breath. Soften the knees, round just a bit, like making the letter C with your body. This is when you feel more of a stretch in the lower back. Then exhale, press your chest forward, top of your head forward, straighten the legs a bit, and take the weight a little bit more toward the balls of your feet. And again, this now is felt more in the back of the legs and the backside. Breath, soften and round. Hopefully you feel the difference. And then exhale, push it forward and stretch. Stay in this position. I'm going to turn back around to the front. And keep your back as straight as you can. I'm going to turn my palms out so that my fingers on the outside of my leg. Drop the left shoulder and turn and look to your right. So my weight's still even between the legs, but I'm dropping that shoulder, turning to the side. Now breath, center. And then let's turn to the left. So this begins to stretch over the hips. Breath. And turn the other way and beginning to work a little bit on rotation and that outer hip and the oblique muscles. And breath center and the other direction. Very good. Back to the center. Let your body hang. If you can drop your arms, let your head loose. Just kind of hang now around. Feel the energy, gravity pulling the top of your head to the earth. A nice stretch. Extra blood flow going to your head. Now eyes open. Knees soft. You can either bring your hands to your thighs or let them dangle. If you can pull your abs in and just uncurl your body. Breath up. Bring those hands down. Now shifting the weight a bit to the left. I want you to bring that left arm up. And shift right and rotate to the right. Breath. Shift left. So this is a modified version of heavenly hands or cloud hands. Breath. Now this time bring your right foot in. Right arm up. Now as we go to the right, we're stepping gently to the side. Then bring that left leg in and I want you to step out. So this is a heavenly hands in place. Pull that leg in, step out. Breath in, step out. Breath inside, good. This is a little bit different than moving, but you're still placing the feet so that your body can move to the left and to the right. Breath, resting the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Let your eyes focus into the palm of your hand. And just feel the relaxation of it. Now you don't have to move your feet. You can just shift back side to side. The most important part is the rotation and the relaxation. Now this time, let's go back to the left. Drop that left arm, lift your right knee, and let's step to the right, abs tight, lift your left knee. Now this time, lift your left arm, tap the right leg forward, lean forward, and just circle the arm. Let your body kind of just flow forward as if you were circling your fingertips in a surface of a lake or a pond or the ocean. Now breath up. This is called needle at the bottom of the seat. Shifting right, just have very little, if any, weight on that left leg. Right arm up, bring it down, and just circle. Then lift up, and then shift the weight, and change arms, and change feet. I like this movement. It is one that's designed to remind you to reflect on yourself each and every day. That maybe what you see as a reflection in the mirror is not really who you are. And so sometimes what you see disappears and you become what you're supposed to be. Breath up. Very good. Shifting right. Good. Come back to the center. Now let's do flying red tail hawk, beautiful flying bald eagle. Just imagining that as you lift the energy you've created, you're soaring in space. The sky's the limit as to what you can do or be or achieve. Just let your body move. Breath in and gently down. Feel that energy under your arms, your beautiful wings soaring. Breath in. Very good. One more balance move after this that I would like to do. Let's shift the weight left, right arm up, bring that knee to your elbow and shift over. Get yourself very balanced and planted into the earth. Shift. Good. Golden rooster. And this requires you to pull your abs in, spread those toes. Good. Breath in. Exhale. Good. Couple more. Very good. Back to the center. Breath up. And down and out. Interlock your fingers behind you, opening your chest, chin slightly up, hips forward, just to feel that opening completely down the front of your body. Good. Now release. Let's go into our bow stance. Right toe, left toe forward. Remembering that if you want to make it more like a triangle, you can pull that left leg just a little bit forward. As we turn our body to the right, weight is still right at the moment, centered, leg is open, hip is open, chest toward that right leg, arms up. Let's bend that right knee a bit. I'm going to open my stance and do a warrior one pose. So pushing forward, pushing that hip, shoulders down and back, chest open. Find a place to focus your gaze. Nice full breaths, about 3 to 5 strong, full, relaxing, cleansing breaths. And release, turn your torso forward, palms level, bend, and let's do warrior two, eyes gazing out over your middle finger. Breath. Extend that front leg. Let's come back into a reverse warrior. Remember this arm, while it's up, you want to keep that shoulder down. Eyes gaze up toward your fingertips. Breath. Now let's go into a side bend or a triangle. So if you're doing a triangle, the leg would be straight. As you slide it down, you can keep it up here or down. If you prefer a side bend, bend that knee, rest your forearm or your hand, and then reach up and look up. So choose whichever way you feel most comfortable, or challenge yourself just a little bit. You've got your chair there. If you need to put your hand on your chair, you've got it close by. That may help. Breath and release. Now turn your body to the right again. Bring that back leg in and turn the toe in. So now we've got sort of like a runner stretch. Both feet are forward. Now at this point, there's a chair there if you want to use it, or if you want to work a little bit on your balance without, put all the weight in that right leg. Reach your arms out. Lean your body forward. You come back a bit so you can see. Lean your body forward. Then little bit by bit, try to lift that left leg up and balance on that one leg. If you use the chair, you can do it and lean more into a warrior three. The main thing you got to remember is keep the hip down. This is another yoga move, but not the one that we're doing right now. So see how you can balance a little bit at a time. Toe may go down and come up, but we're working toward improvement, not perfection. Good. Release. Take the chair over here in case I need it. The other side. Let's get into our bow stance. Get your body where you want it to be. Turn to the left. Arms up and into warrior one. Pull those shoulder blades back and down. And release the body forward. Palms level. Warrior two. Rest your tongue on the roof of the mouth and make it release the tension, make your body more relaxed, your breath relax. Release. Let's go into reverse. Arm down, palm up. Breath and release. Go down into your side bend or your triangle. So a triangle is leg straight, reach up. A bend is knee bent. Support it with your hand or your forearm. You've also got your chair. You have lots of options. and release. And come up, turn your body toward the left. Bring that back leg in. All your weight is on your left leg. So if you want to extend the arms out and work on just keeping that supporting knee soft and lifting that foot a little bit, try to balance. And if you want the chair and to bring your body down bigger, that's another option. Good, and release. Shake out those feet. All right, breath up. Now, as we're doing these full breaths, just take a mental inventory of how you feel now compared to how you felt when we started about 45 minutes ago, and doing the same movement. Maybe your body feels more awake. Maybe your mind feels more awake. Your body could be trembly a little bit from the poses or the stretches. There's no doubt there's more blood flow, oxygen flow throughout your body, head to toe, making you ready to greet your day, to be the best version of yourself that you can be today. Very good. I want you just to let your arms drop. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Open the chest. Now roll the head forward, chin to the chest. Let's go over to the right, right ear to shoulder, chest open. Good. And forward again. Look up, palms out, chest pulls back, chin slightly lifted. Stretching all through the front of the body. Even press your hips slightly forward. Good. Breath up. Legs closer together, palms together. Hands to heart. Body standing tall, eyes closed. With each breath, you take in new energy, a new beginning, new awakening to your body, mind, and spirit. With each exhale, release the things you no longer need or want today. Dis-ease, tension, anxiety, pain, or just feeling heavy. Let it go. A breath brings in new energy, a healing light that you feel begin in your lungs as you inhale. Then as you exhale and push out all the air you no longer need, you feel it radiate out every pore of your body so that you may bring in more life, love, happiness, health with the next breath. Our Heavenly Father, we know that you are the great creator and healer of these wonderful earthly bodies you've given us. Help us do our part to keep them strong and healthy, and to also think of others and how our actions will help them stay strong and healthy. Help us do your work here on earth through our thought, word, and deed toward each other. Be with us, be with our nation, our family, our friends in this transitional time, that we may work toward peace, harmony, and health for all. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.